so we must praise him in an African way. So we must praise him in an African way.
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 So we must praise.
Okay, let's start.
Etogo koko shaje Jesu Jesu gam toro mekangai Dakameyo yakue deragya mehia dakogo Osha mwadani Etogo koko shaje Jesu Jesu gam toro mekangai Dakameyo yakuwe meya yakogo tosha mwadani. This week we've been discussing about or rather through this month we've been discussing about the parables. These are short stories told by Jesus Christ as he spoke to us about the principles of the kingdom. As we ease into this introduction for this word of today, I want to start off with this reality that everything of value is found in the ground. When you begin to dig out of the soil has a lot of treasures. It has a lot of treasures in there. Gold comes from the soil. Precious metals come from the soil. Including our own bodies. God went into the soil and he began to make man out of the soil. There are so many treasures scattered in this ground that we step upon. And so when Jesus begins to give the parable of the hidden treasure and the pearls, he says that the kingdom of God is like a merchant who went out in search of precious treasures and pearls. And he began to dig in the ground. He began to dig in the soil. And he was able to bring out a pearl. And Jesus says that when he saw this precious pearl, he hid it back into the soil. And then went back, sold everything that he had, and then bought this piece of land. So the question is, what is Jesus teaching us in this parable? He's teaching us about the value of the kingdom. Right now, everything is fading away. If there is one lesson that COVID-19 has taught us, is that the affairs of men, everything that has been built by the hands of men, will continue to fade off and will continue to die. But one thing shall remain. When the flower fades and the grass withers, the only thing that shall remain is the value of the kingdom of God. Houses that have been built for many years will fall away. Accolades of men and titles of men will fall away. But it is one thing that shall remain forever and ever, which is the value of the kingdom of God. And so Jesus says that the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, is like a precious pearl. When you find it, the wisdom is that when you find it, you go back and sell everything else that you have so that you may acquire this piece of land. Our reminder to you today is that everything will fall off. Things will continue to change. But the only thing that remains is the value of the kingdom. The kingdom has treasures. Treasures of joy, treasures of hope, treasures of prosperity and success and peace. And these are treasures that you cannot find in another place. So Jesus says, when you find the pearls, when you find the treasures, the wisdom is to sell everything else that you have, to turn away from everything you have and turn to this piece of land, the value of the kingdom. This is the parable of the hidden treasure and the pearl, the value of the kingdom of God.
Tigaware wanawa kwa kedo irira Toshia goro yakwa nishegya otire Tigawa jara girya ukajera gatere Mode mekikaga negobonye wega Tigaware mwana wakwa kedo irira Doshia ngoro yakwa nishikia otire Tigawa jara gerio kajira hatiri Mode mekikaga digonyone wega Wekaga madegania wihorete hinya nanikyo goro yakwa eyoire gekeno nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri igoro ya maudo modewe wegai wekaga magegania wihorete hinya nanikyo ngoro yakwa eyoire gekeno nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri Igoro ya maudo modewe wegai wekaga magegania wihorete hinya nanikyo ngoro yakwa eyoire gekeno nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri Nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri Nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri Nikumenya denawe wimudu wireri.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope that this word has blessed you today, and continue watching, subscribe, share this video with someone who needs to hear this word. And from ourselves here, myself, Maxine, Nicole, Tony, of course our super producers, we have Sam, Oihoini, and of course Eric. It's a bye from us. Hope to see you in the next episode. God bless you.